Well, good evening, everybody. The weather is slowly cooling down, but hopefully the hot stove is about to heat up. We're going to talk about the rumors, anybody that the Astros could be rumored for to be talking about free agency, and we're going to give our over the top, probably not going to happen, but it'd be a lot cooler if it did. Predictions here on this episode of the Juicebox Heroes. Good evening, everybody. As you can see, we are down a man. PK is a little bit under the weather, so myself and Browse here, we will get you through tonight's episode. I don't think I need to reintroduce us. So, Browse, how was your weekend?
It was fantastic. Before I get into this weekend, though, I do want to say that we've got Veterans Day coming up on Tuesday. So, Chris, thank you very much for your service, and for
Thank you, sir.
every veteran out there, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. My grandfather was a World War II vet, POW, and I've got stories that I can't even get to in here. But anyway, it's a really big deal for me for November 11th, and I really hope that everybody gets to celebrate it. Other than that, yeah, it was a great weekend. Big golf weekend. My daughter was in a South Texas PGA Junior tournament on Saturday, and then we got a little family golf in today. So it was a great time, good weather. And Chris, how was your weekend?
Yeah, man, it was pretty busy. So, Friday we went down to Lake Charles, hit up the casino. Um, I think the biggest pot we hit was $32, which is kind of hard to, hit the mega pot when you're playing the penny slots. So 32 for us might as well have been 32 million. So unfortunately, I will be going to work tomorrow morning. Uh, but yeah, man, that's really about it. I mean, like enjoying a baseball this weekend. I can't tell you the last time we didn't have baseball in some sort of fashion over the weekend. It's been a long time, so yeah, looking forward to it. And man, I'm like I said, ready to get into this hot stove conversation. Hopefully things will be heating up soon. So, but yeah, to go ahead and kick this thing off. I mean, again, thank you for Veterans Day wishes on Tuesday. I mean, again, I mean, like for me, like I appreciate it. You know, I wish I could say that, like, I had all my stuff squared away when I was 18, 19, 20, but I didn't. So that's kind of what kickstarted my journey, I guess, as you could say. But yeah, so let's get into the hopefully the warming up of the hot stove. I mean, so I was listening to our buddy Brett today, and they were kind of going back and forth on the rumors of, and we talked about it on Thursday, the potential of JV coming back to the Astros. And at first,
Uh-oh.
I mean, yeah, I mean, at first, I'm sitting here, I'm like, no. I mean, you kind of gave your spiel on it, when we talked about it last. And at first, I'm like, no, like, this, like I said, we broke up not once but twice. Um, but now that, like, some of the dominoes are starting to fall, as far as like the qualifying offers and stuff like that, the more and more it's kind of like looking like it's a potential to happen. I mean, obviously it's 50-50, but like, the big guy that I've been on, and I think most of us have been on, has been Brandon Woodruff. But then when I was trying to do a quick research before we went live, I saw that he was given the qualifying offer, which he declined. So that the qualifying offer, would you say, was like 22.5, 22.4, something like that, or 22
Yep.
and a quarter million. So that was
Just short of
declined by
23.
him. Yeah, so he declined that. So I'm assuming Dylan Cease will decline his. And you see in our cover art for this episode, we showed Dylan Cease, Pete Alonso, Brandon Woodruff, and Dylan Cease, if I didn't already say his name. So those four guys that we stuck on there, unfortunately, they're all guys that will probably decline the qualifying offer. So I guess the question is going to be, as we all believe that Fromber's not going to be back with the Astros. So the Astros will offer him the qualifying offer, which they've already done, which he's declined. I'm assuming he's probably going to decline it pretty soon. So I'm sitting here as like, will the Astros decline? With if Fromber declines a qualifying offer, they're going to get that draft pick. Are they willing to trade that draft pick in for, let's say, um, a Brandon Woodruff, a Dylan Cease, a Pete Alonso? So are they willing to take one to give one? Is that really what they're going to do, or are they going to kind of like avoid the top 4 or 5, handful of guys that are going to come with that qualifying offer, or they're going to come with that price tag of not just the big paycheck, but it's going to be the draft pick as well, or are they going to kind of bargain shop? So that's going to be the question, right off the bat, is that now that everybody that we've talked about, they've all received qualifying offers. So, Bryles, I mean, what do you think? Like, are they willing to give one to take one, or I guess take one to give one, or do you think they're in the market of let's try to keep as many draft picks as possible?
First of all, let me address the qualifying offer. Okay, so just a little bit of here you go, MLB history. And
There you go.
for next time you're doing a little bit of a quiz show or whatever, the very first person to ever accept the qualifying offer was Colby Rasmus of the Houston Astros, like way
There you
back
go.
when.
Yeah.
But anyway, other than that, here's the deal. Nobody accepts a qualifying offer, which I think is kind of crazy at this point. We do have like one guy every season that takes it, but let's think about this real quick. If you're offering somebody a qualifying offer, and I'm just going to put Fromber into frame right now at almost $23 million for 1 year. He had a little bit of a rough second half, to say the least. So I'm very shocked that just at the drop of a hat, he's like, nope. All right, I'm done. I'm doing it. So, but at the same time, I do want to address the question that you gave to me. So, do we know that Fromber is going to go someplace else? We're going to get that extra draft pick with that. And then do we go hunt somebody that maybe should have got it, like Woodruff? So yeah, that's gonna like just completely cancel each other out. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't think that pick between the first and the second rounds is going to turn into anything that could possibly be as good
Mm-mm.
as a Brandon Woodruff that we have for the next couple of years if we do end up signing somebody like that. So it there's so many things like go through my head right now, but let's put it this way. We've already heard Crane say, like, we're in a win now mode. Anytime that he is the owner of the Astros, we're in a win now mode. So, yeah, you absolutely go get a Brandon Woodruff or something like that, or anybody else that has been on that qualifying offer that you think is going to add to this actual roster coming up in the 2026 season. So, I'm sorry, but it's you don't need anything in those middle innings. And one, you've already got Fromber going out, so you're going to get that one, and it doesn't really matter after that. So the idea is to win the World Series in 2026, just like every other Major League Baseball team is going to do. So at that point, I really don't think the extra draft pick is going to come into too much play. I think the idea is that you go get the guy that you want, no matter what position he plays, no matter what the cost is as far as a draft pick is concerned, and we just kind of go from there. So I don't Fromber. I hope you get the contract that you want. You've already waived your option to go get the qualifying offer from us. So good luck.
Yeah, it's I mean, like I agree with you. I mean, but I also think that you can find good talent in that compensational round. However, I mean, like that pick at the minimum's 3 years away. I mean, so if you're trying to win now, I mean, yes, it's cool. I mean, unless like that's a draft pick you're going to use to flip later. I mean, but like I agree with you. I think if you're going to go out and you're going to, basically use that compensation pick that you have to basically give it back, you have to get somebody of equal value. And again, I'm not talking about all the mental stuff that Fromber had. I'm talking like back of the baseball card stats. You need to get
Right.
somebody, if not at the same value or better, right? I mean, because if you go out and let's say your air quotes replacement for Fromber is, I don't know, let's say, oh man, I can't even think about it off the top of my head. Just some random, starting pitcher number 4, right? I mean, that's not going to make this rotation better. It's not. I mean, so you're going to need to find somebody, whether that's free agency or making trades, that's going to be at least. I mean, if you're going to go a little bit, as far as talent wise lower than Fromber, then he better be younger with the upside to surpass what Fromber was. And what Fromber was, I mean, again, stripping away the mental meltdowns, the issue with Cesar Salazar this season, you look at the back of the baseball card, the guy was a freaking stud for like 6, 7 years, right? I mean, so you got to find somebody, and then on top of that, the icing on the cake is if he's a great pitcher in the playoffs as well. I mean, so it's not just hey, let's go get Dylan Cease, because if you compare Dylan Cease's numbers to Fromber's from last season, they're probably not as good as Fromber. Just back of the baseball card. So, but yeah, I mean, so like it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what they do, and I agree. I mean, like if it's me and Fromber declines it, which I'm sure he will, because again, like I understand why too. I mean, like you could take 1 year for, let's say, we'll just call it 23. We'll round up and make it an even 23. That's 1 year. If you get hurt, I mean, like, and let's just say your value goes down next year, right? Where if you get a 5, 6 year deal, man, you're taken care of. I mean, you're not gonna have to worry about, oh man, I blew my elbow out and now I can't play until 2027. So I mean, a lot of the times the players, plus they probably think they get more than 23. I mean, I'm sure Fromber's probably going to get north of 25. I'd say between 25, 26, 20. I'd say at the max, I'd say 28. So, um, but definitely, guys, like before we get any further into this, I appreciate you guys listening. If you guys want to drop in the comments, your guys is over the top. It'd be super super cool if this happened. It's probably not going to happen. I mean, that's kind of like the theme of the show. It'd be a lot cooler if this did happen. I mean, we're not looking for baseball analytics. We're not going to look for, hey, they're going to go, the analytics or what they need is this. I want to hear like, man, if in a perfect world, the Astros are going to go out and go get this guy, or they're going to trade for this guy. That's what I want to hear. That's the purpose of the show. This is our wish list. I mean, we'll probably end up being disappointed, but yeah. So that's the wish list. If you want to partake in the show, drop your comments. We'll pull them up and we'll even debate it. I mean, I got all the time in the world tonight, so. But yeah, I mean, so like, yeah, like I feel like you've got to, you're gonna have to get a Fromber replacement, whether that's Dylan Cease, whether that's Brandon Woodruff. I mean, like, but like, here's the thing though, it's like this whole like I'm hearing a lot more from other places now about this JV, and it's just like a part of me, again, just like we talked about last week, wants to be like, listen, it's over. I mean, like I understand he had a fantastic second half. But I remember at the end of 2024, he had a terrible second half for the Astros. I mean, so, however, I'm slowly starting to get turned because it's like if you can get him, I mean, because what was his contract last year? Was it 15 with the Giants last year?
It was something very close to that. If it wasn't
Yeah.
15, it was like
So,
16, 17, something like that.
okay. So if you can get him in the vicinity of, let's say, 14 to 17 on a 1 year deal, if you're not selling me on the fact that he's our number 2 behind Hunter Brown, I think I'm okay with that. Like if he's going to be more of a back half of your rotation, maybe a 4, maybe 5. I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I wouldn't pay 20 million for a number 4. I mean, but I would definitely, I'd be okay with 14, 15. But then again, you also have to understand how expensive, pitching is, not just on a dollar value, but on a trade value as well. I mean, so um, yeah, I mean, like so. I'm ready for some moves to start happening. I mean, it's cool that we're going. I mean, I know we're in award season right now, but man, I'm waiting for that first trade to be made to break the seal, and let's get this thing going, man. I'm ready to hop on and be like, hey, we got breaking news. Right now, it's still kind of slow, but I'm trying to be patient, trying to, not go into the war room and start writing up my, like that meme from man, what is that show? With the guy with the map and he's got all the pins on it with the thread. I mean, I feel like that's me come free
Oh,
agency every year. You know,
right.
so yeah, I mean, so like, man, let's kick this off. Let's kick this off right off the top of your head. Maybe we'll do two apiece. If 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 Browse here is Dana Brown, and you can make any move that you want to make, right? And again, let's try to keep it somewhat realistic. Like we're not going to go get Paul Skeens for Zach Cole.
No.
I mean, let's try to keep it a little bit. Um, let's try to keep it a little realistic. But off the top of your head, give me a bat. Give me one bat that Browse as the GM of the Houston Astros in this fantasy magical world. Who would you go get off the top? Probably not going to happen, but it'd be a lot cooler if it did.
Whew, man. All right. Before I jump into that, by the way, I did look it up. You were correct. JV did go 1 year for 15 million for the Giants last year. So we'll see what he ends up getting. I know the projected is going to be 13 million. But you asked me about a bat. So the bat that I want to, the bat that I want, which keep in mind, guys, Victor Caratini, as of this very moment, is a free agent. I think that everybody in Houston loves him. I think that everybody would love him back just because of the versatility and the fact that he's a pretty clutch hitter, to be honest with you. But guess what other catcher right now is a free agent? JT Realmuto from the Philadelphia Phillies. So that is the bat that I want, because not only is this guy a good defensive catcher, but guys, he's probably one of the best hitting catchers in all of baseball. So I do want that guy. And if you have him alongside Diaz, I'm sorry, but you've got that entire position locked up. So, Victor Caratini, thank you for playing. You're going to get a contract with somebody, but that is the one that I actually want as far as a bat is concerned. I think that's going to be a huge one. And let me give you something else real quick, because we obviously have talked about going into the outfield, and just something's got to happen there. We've got a bunch of young kids out there, that are going to actually be developing still in AAA that we brought up for a cup of coffee, or we brought up for a certain amount of time. I really like Harrison Bader, to be honest with you. And now, is he the biggest bat in the entire world? No, but defensively, that guy is going to shut down everything you've got out there. So you asked me about a bat. I think Harrison Bader, though, is going to hit it probably about 250 to 275. He's not going to have like the home run, like, light tower power that we want to see out of an outfielder. But at the same time, I think that he's very consistent as far as like singles, doubles, hitting the gaps, anything like that. And he's fast. That is the whole thing. So what does he do? He gets on base.
He gets on
That's
base.
what he does.
I like it. I mean, my only thing with Harrison Bader is the fact that what was this year a one hit wonder with him? I mean, because like if you look at the last few years, as far as offensively, now defensively, the guy's a stud. I mean, but like he really broke out offensively this year. I mean, so that would be my only holdup with Bader is he going to replicate what he did this past season, or is this his Brady Anderson season? And for
fair enough.
Hopefully, some of the younger crowd may not know who Brady Anderson is. He was an outfielder for the Orioles back in I think he had like a 50 home run season back in like the mid 90s,
early 2000s,
and then never replicated it again. So, I like that. I mean, I'm trying to play it in my head, bringing on JT Realmuto. I mean, like I would assume he'd have to probably trade Yainer Diaz. I know Realmuto's 35, 33, 30. He's somewhere between the 33 to 35 range as far as age. So, So my only thing is, okay, do you keep Diaz and Bermudo's your everyday DH, but then you've got two other DHs, in Jordan and potentially Altuve. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. It'd be great to have somebody behind the plate that can throw runners out at second. So I like it. I like it for an over the top. Probably not going to happen. I like it. So my guy, I mean, and I'm sitting here, I've been trying to spend all day of how I'm going to make this happen in my mind to make it legit. I want to go get that Japanese first baseman. I think his last name is Murakama. Oh man, I'm pretty sure I just butchered his name. Oh yeah, Murakami. That's close enough. That's the guy who I want. I mean, I think he's only 25. I mean, so he's a guy. I mean, from what I understand, he's like the first pure hitter, from what all the reports are saying, since Hideki Matsui. Which, I mean, he was a damn good, outfielder. And then you have a young guy at first base. I mean, now the logistics of making that work. I mean, you'd have to ship off Christian Walker. I'm thinking off the top of my head, who needs a first baseman? Maybe Cincinnati. And, you're probably gonna have to eat some of that money. But you have young outfielders you can package to maybe bring that price of what you're eating down. And then I still think you could go and probably trade Paredes as well for, AAA depth, or you can use him as part of a package to get a pitcher. So the guy I'm putting in all my money in, is that kid from Japan. I mean, I thought about maybe Tucker, but it's just like I feel like, again, I feel
Too
like
much money.
I mean, well, it's not too much money. I feel like we had our time. I mean, like we had our time. If he wanted to stay here, he would have re-signed, but he didn't. I mean, so I just feel like, I mean, we got the package we got for Tucker, and it's Tucker. I mean, that's great. We'll always, have the memories, but you go sign with somebody, get a crap ton of money, and Bregman. I'm over. And plus, we already have too many infielders. I mean, so we're talking about
Agreed.
trading two in this hypothetical scenario. So, I mean, why trade all those guys just to bring in Bregman? So, all right. So let's shift over. Let's go with give me a pitcher. Any pitcher, any pitcher. It'd be cool if we did this. It's probably not going to happen. All right. So again, these are hypothetical, over the top. Probably not going to happen, but it'd be a lot cooler if they did. So go ahead, hit me with one.
Oh man. I do like the pitcher conversation. Real quick before you get into that, you were talking about Christian
Okay.
Walker, and the one team that I'm also thinking of that would be a Christian Walker fan might be the Arizona Diamondbacks. Why?
I was thinking Arizona too.
Because Naylor got shipped off, right? He's
Yep.
already in Seattle. I don't know what his contract is. I'm assuming he's still got one more left with Seattle, but that basically leaves
No,
Arizona
he's a
without a
free
first
agent.
baseman. Oh, he is a free agent. Okay, so
Yeah.
he was a rental then. I didn't realize that. So
Yeah.
anyway, Arizona then still though they're going to be in need of a big time first baseman. They're very familiar with Christian Walker, obviously. So I think that would be a great trade candidate right there. Speaking of which, Arizona actually has quite a bit of players that they could trade from. They've got a good starting rotation that they'd be more than happy to trade out of. And they've got a couple outfielders as well that are young and tradable. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, that's you asked me about pitchers. So I pulled up a number of free agent pitchers, and Fromber actually, as far as WAR was concerned, didn't even hit number one. They consider him to be the number one free agent right now as far as the pitcher is concerned, but Dylan Cease actually had a higher award than he did,
Hmm.
which I'm a little bit shocked at. I did not think that was the case, but that just also goes to show how bad of a second half Fromber had. Ranger Suarez over the last 2/3 of the series was number one. I would love to see him come over as a free agent. But as far as a trade is concerned, I talked about this last season. Miami is open for business. And the one guy that I still think that we can get that can contribute still is the 2023 National League Cy Young Award winner, Sandy Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara is still a really, really good pitcher. if you look at his stats over last season, the reason that you're going to say, like, oh no, Bryles, you're wrong. You're completely wrong, is because he had one of the worst defenses in Major League Baseball history behind him. His infield was atrocious. So you bring this guy over here, and we've got one of the top infields in all of baseball. Listen, those numbers are going to flip even without us trying to fix anything else. So I think as far as like for a trade candidate, that is going to be the guy that we need to go over or go after, excuse me. And I don't know what Miami's looking for. I'm assuming they're looking for prospects, but we've talked about, we've got at least one infielder to trade. So let's see what Miami's got to offer, what they want, and go from there. I still really think that he is going to be a huge pitcher on the trade market in this offseason. And I think that the Astros really need to go after him.
Okay, so shoot me a quick little package. So if so, let's just say, I mean, because like and another reason why Alcantara also had a rough year, is because he's coming off Tommy John too. I think he had Tommy John in 2024,
Right.
so
You're
he had
correct.
that going against him as well. I mean, so but yeah, just give me a quick package. Just give me a quick package, just
You're
off
going
the
to have
top
to
of your
give
head.
something up. Um, I'm thinking you're going to have to probably give up. I mean, a good pitcher, not like a Uola or anything like that, but you're going to have to give up
Okay.
somebody out of your double A, triple A system that's going to be one of your top 5 pitchers. I will say that. So,
Okay.
Chris, I know you and
So
I
you're
look at a lot of minor league system stuff. So you tell me who's probably like a 4 or 5 right now in our minor league system.
I mean, like I would assume. I mean, you that package would probably have to start with Bryce Matthews, and I know that
I,
stings. But
I hope it's
dude,
not that.
he's got nowhere to play on the infield. So
You've got a
I'm
good
thinking
point
it's going to
though.
be like you've got Bryce Matthews. I'm probably thinking it's going to be either Ethan Pecco or it's going to be Miguel Uola. You may look at maybe possibly also a Jacob Melton. I mean, I know that for us,
Possibly,
this is
yeah.
like, oh, this is a super steep. I mean, but like you've got one guy in that trade that's a top 100 prospect, and that's Bryce Matthews. Bryce Matthews has nowhere to play as of right now.
Well,
So
and you brought up a good point in the last episode or whatever. Like, PK and I lost our minds obviously with the Blue Jays trade, right? So, but
wait,
looking
y'all
at this
did?
a year
No idea.
afterwards, what's that?
I said y'all did. I had no idea.
Yeah, you had no idea. Yeah, so PK and I lost our minds on that. But at the same time, looking at it, I mean, Loperfito's been mediocre at best. I mean, you were talking about Will Wagner's not even in their system anymore. So it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, we won that trade even though it was a rental. So when you're talking about all these guys that are coming up out of AAA, Double A, whatever the case may be, prospects are cool, but rings are a lot cooler. So yeah,
yeah,
could they turn into the next big guy? Sure, of course. All these guys have the potential to do that. But are they all going to do it? Absolutely not. Like 0.01% of them do. So sure, let's go ahead and make that deal. And get to Miami and go give us a next starting pitcher that could be our number 2 potentially. And then, even like you were talking about earlier in the episode, you get JV, he's our number 3, and then we still got a ton of guys behind him too. So, and we're going to need starting pitching. If anything we saw this last season, you have to have starting pitching, not just in the major leagues. You've got to have it in absolute depth in AAA and even in Double A, because who knows what's going to happen. And every single team this year I've seen, like, I swear to God, it feels like more of them had more IL moves due to starting pitchers more than anything else, because these guys are trying to pitch too hard, too fast, and all the time. So that's what's going to happen. Get your depth, go get Sandy, call it a day.
I like it. And that's not a bad move. I had a couple of guys on my wish list. I mean, at the top, I mean, mainly because Arizona was selling, but then I kind of had to go back because it's like there's no point in getting a guy who's not even going to pitch until midway through the season because he had Tommy John. And I was my initial thought was Corbin Burns from Arizona. That in a perfect world, another good pitcher that if San Francisco would make this deal, which I don't think they are because they're always somewhat going for it, but they never get the pretty girl at the dance, is Logan Webb. That's another guy I think that, you bring him,
I like
you
that.
give him a new landscape. I don't think his numbers were as Logan Webb-esque last season, but I think he's another guy that you could. I mean, I think he's under contract for another 2 years. So again, it's going to cost you some prospects, but I think he's a guy that I mean, San Francisco, I don't think they're going to trade this guy at all. So that would be my. I was going to say Logan Webb. I mean, of course, if this is MLB the Show, I mean, I would say Paul Skeens, but they're not coming off of Paul Skeens. They're gonna
Right.
ride him until he goes to free agency, and they'll let the Yankees or the Dodgers sign him or something like that. But um, yeah, I mean, I think that I think these are pretty decent. I mean, they're not too crazy. It's not like we're saying, hey, we'll get Shohei Otani for Christian Walker, straight up. So it's none of these crazy trades. But I could tell you what, I mean, like any one of these trades, more than likely they're not going to happen, and it's fine because you know what? At least you're not having as bad as a day as Emmanuel Clase is having. So, and if you haven't read that, Manuel Clase is the closer of the Indians who got suspended for the rest of the season because of betting. And now he's been indicted, and I think he's facing up to what 20 to 30 years in prison. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, you may be having a
He
bad
made some
day, but
bad
you're not having a
decisions.
Class A bad day. Yeah. So, yeah. So maybe that'll open the gates to Cleveland trying to tear it down, and maybe that'll get us a Quan trade to the Astros, which I'd be all on board for. So, but yeah, I mean, like, you got any more off the top of the head? Um, in a perfect world, butterflies, unicorns trades you would like to see, or free agent signings, or we're just gonna have to see it and watch it play out, I guess.
I want to get more into the free agents and our hot stove episodes, so I'm gonna lay off that for right now. But I did see a proposal for Quan, and since you brought it up,
Oh,
it
let's
was
talk.
a
Let's talk. We got a
three.
couple extra minutes. Let's
Yeah, it
go.
was a
Hit
three
me
team.
with it.
It was a three-team trade between
Oh, I
us and the
like it.
Orioles, and we get Quan, and we were giving up Arrighetti, and we were giving up.
Oh, oof.
I know that's rough. It was Arrighetti, and I want to say Brian Abreu. So I mean, both
Oh,
those off of our pitching staff, which would definitely hurt. But from what we've seen out of Stephen Kwan, I mean that dude's a really really good outfielder that's going to hit for batting average, and he's going to be super fast as well. So, is
mm,
it worth it? I don't know, but
mm.
that was something that was brought up over this
So
last
they
week.
had what? Did they have Arrighetti going to Cleveland? I would assume they would get the younger piece, and then Brian Abreu would go
Abreu,
to Baltimore.
the Orioles, correct?
Okay. Oh, golly, man, like that's tough. I mean, I'd be okay with Arrighetti and maybe like another piece. I mean, but like again, I mean, like we're trying to build depth, and that's tough, man. That's real tough. That's real
As much
tough.
as many injuries as we've had to the pitching staff, I can't imagine. I mean, Arrighetti, okay, I get it,
I
but at Brian Abreu as our setup guy, that would be really tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Really,
say
really
no.
tough.
I'm gonna say no, and then that's when I pull Cleveland aside and be like, "Hey, we're okay with Arrighetti. What other prospect is it gonna take to get this done?" Because
Right.
we don't need to include Baltimore on this. So that's tough. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like, comment on would you guys take that trade? Me, I'm leaning more towards no. I mean, you don't need. I mean, like, yeah, yeah. I think that's a little bit too much for Stephen Kwan. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a fantastic outfielder, but yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. So, Well, all right. Well, I think we were able to navigate this episode without PK. PK, we hope you feel better. And hopefully, you'll be joining us for the Thursday episode of the Juicebox Heroes. Again, guys, thanks for taking the time to hang out with us. Hopefully the hot show will pick up a little bit more than what it has been. Again, guys, if whoever's listening, if you've served in our military, again, Tuesday is a Veterans Day from us. Again, thank you for your service. Go get all the free shit you can go get. You have absolutely earned it. And we will join you guys again on Thursday. I don't think we're going to have any baseball, so I think we'll actually be here on time at 7:30. So again, I'm one of your hosts, Chris. I'm here with Bryles. We're the Juicebox Heroes. Again, like and subscribe us, follow us. I mean, we're putting stuff out on all the social medias we possibly can. So until then, we'll see you guys Thursday. You guys have a fantastic night, and let's get it. Hopefully, we'll have some good news here in a couple days.
Thanks again, veterans.
Man,
Happy Veterans Day.
Let's see if my fantasy team can hold out.
Oof. I haven't even looked at mine.